So let's prepare to have some moments for the next hour together to discuss our goals, to put our energy in a really good place, which is progressing towards your business and making a better future for everybody you love. These flowers are for you. You deserve your flowers now. And they are so beautiful. Welcome, everyone. You can mute yourselves. Welcome, welcome. You can mute yourselves. We're having a meditation minute. Welcome. Welcome to this time. Hello, welcome, welcome.
Hi, Gita.
We like to start things with the meditation minute, so you can mute yourselves and take a minute for yourself. Enjoy these flowers. They're yours. You deserve them. Happy Women's Month. So you can prepare yourselves, whatever you need to concentrate on yourself for this hour. Remove, mute, get rid of any distractions, and prepare to take notes. Prepare to tune in and learn. Everybody coming through. This is amazing. You can take a breath in, really big one, fill up your bellies. And let it out. You can move your head if that feels good, your shoulders. Take a minute to enjoy you. Stretch your arm, your wrist. My wrist has been, I'm left-handed, and like, I guess it's just like, you're doing the most. Like, my hand is like, girl, use your right. So, all right, that was beautiful. How do y'all feel? Hello, everyone. Welcome on. You can come off mute. You can put on your cameras. We can say hi now. So we have ladies showing up loud and proud. Well, happy Women's Month, ladies. This is our time. March 21st, 2023. You did it. You here. We here. So let's jump into our mastermind for today. We always like to kick things off with the meditation minute, because if y'all schedules and lives set up like mine, which I know, like, it'd be a lot. So I was like, let me just come into this minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, wanting to be very intentional about our times here, because we're all investing in ourselves, we're investing in each other. And I know, you know, what it feels like to have a lot on your plate. So every time you come on, we'll have a meditation minute, and then we'll get into some intros and like icebreakers. So we can start with introductions, because we have new people meeting new people, CEOs meeting CEOs, and we can network right now. So I will start things off, and we can just do like, you know, 30-second elevator pitch, you know, even if you have a minute is cool, but you know, you can keep it around that time and just introduce yourselves. Let us know where you're from. I always like to know where people are from, because I love to travel. And your names, of course. Would love to know who the moms and wives are, because y'all are special. We want to make sure that we continue to uplift our queens in society. And then let us know about your business. What's your business? What's the name of your business? What you do? What you good at? What you bringing to the table? Let us know what you pulling up with, and we'll do that. So good evening, everyone. I'm Danielle Jeter. I'm your host and curator for Meetup to Millions Miami Mastermind. So you are here with us at our March Mastermind, our virtual. And I created this community and this alliance because I love masterminds. They are necessary if you want a $1 billion business, $1 million business, ain't no way around it. So these opportunities allow you to get into bigger rooms, better rooms with better information, and you get to your goals quicker, you get systems, and you really get the things that you need to actually build a business that makes a lot of money and that you can be happy with and that you can enjoy your life with and all the people that you love. So when I came to Florida, moved from Philadelphia, I started investing in masterminds and I was exposed to just better rooms, better information, like everything was just next level. And so I always think about my community and I'm getting this information. And I know that those in my community, my sphere of influence also need this information and that it could help them grow their businesses as well. Because I'm growing, I want my community to grow because I like kicking it, I like hanging out, being with people in community, doing stuff. And it's cool when we all are happy and successful and living the lives that I know that we all deserve because we're here, we were born with abundance as our birthright. So that's why I decided to invest in this opportunity with all of us together. And I created this mastermind. And so here we are, we do virtual masterminds and we also do in-person 3-day intensives 4 times a year. So that's me. Aside from that, I am your PR media guru, go-to, get them done girl. And I do events as well. So welcome. And I'm in Miami. So anyone can jump in.
Okay, I'll go ahead and jump in. Hello, everyone. For those who do not know me, my name is Mary, and I'm hailing from Tampa, Florida. So when you said Miami, I said, oh, okay, 4 hours, applause. So
amazing.
Right. So I am the CEO and founder of Insure Industries and doing business as Divinity Speaks, where I help young women who struggle with self-confidence, have lost their voice, that are vulnerable, find their inner goddess. So just going to a little bit of detail with that, just growing up, I didn't have that voice. That voice was taken away from me. So when I came with certain situations as a young woman, between my age target is 16 to 25, that I feel like it's a very vital age for young women to know who they are, to know what they like, know what they do not like, comfortable with their sexuality, building their confidence so nobody not just going to run over them. I'm what I envision is helping young women grow to be fierce women that they already are, and who then help them to discover that. So I am a newbie. I am a newbie, but it's all coming together. And shout out to V, my mentor. Okay, all right. So she's lovely. But yes, that is my goal. That's what I do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary. Welcome.
Yes, I'll go next. Hi, everybody. I'm nervous, but I'm so happy to be here. Shout out to Coach V. We just love her. She's our mama. She's Mama Bear.
Yes.
That's right in these streets. I love her so much. So my name is Tamika. I'm the CEO and founder of Tamika Speaks LLC. So basically what I do is my goal is to help moms who I help them realign and rediscover who they are through healing and self-care. My goal is to help moms who experience trauma, like childhood neglect, childhood abuse, and they're trying to raise their kids and parent, and they need to still heal. So my goal is to really help moms be anchored in who they are, to heal, to grow, so they can really show up for them babies, so they can really show up and be the mom, to be the person they need to be for themselves and for their children. Because the moms, we are the goddesses. We are the ones who are pouring and breathing life into our children. If we're not breathing life and healing ourselves, how can we do that for our children, to break those generational curses and those generational cycles? So that's my passion. Just a little bit about me. I'm the youngest of 6 children. So I got some inner child stuff. But I basically had to parent myself, basically. And I'm raising 4 beautiful children, I think, by the grace of God. And so I just want to share my journey and my story to help other mothers, because there's so many mothers out there who have some form of trauma, whether it be a loss of a parent, molestation, child abuse, child neglect, some form of trauma that sometimes shows up in our parenting that, can affect our ability to parent from a place of confidence and of grace and of, authenticity and things like that. So that's me. Hi, guys.
Y'all some powerful women. Like, y'all, who next? Who else here? Wow.
Hello. Shout out to Coach V, since everybody shouting out our coach, our mentor. We got to shout her out because she is the reason that we are in this room this evening, and we truly, truly appreciate her for this opportunity. And Danielle, we appreciate you too for allowing us this opportunity to be here, to share with the gurus, because y'all the gurus. We trying to get where y'all at. So I am Ariska Scott. I am the founder and CEO of A Bountiful Solution LLC. I am a personal development organization. I offer anger management classes as well as parenting classes, but my baby is my coaching program, which I help overwhelmed women reclaim their identity, rediscover their strengths, and reignite their flames through overcoming self-doubt and procrastination. My background is I've been a community health worker for the past 15 years. I've been a behavior intervention specialist for the past 12 years. So I've been in the mental health field for some years, and my passion is women. I've been through a lot in my life. I've overcome a lot. This year, last month, I celebrated my 45th birthday along with my 5th year being a breast cancer survivor. I've also been through numerous other things. So my passion for women is really strong because I know that we could overcome things because I overcame it. And my whole goal is, my foundation of my coaching program is to, if I could help one woman cry one less tear than I cried, I did my due diligence. The foundation that my business is built on is helping individuals go from hurt to healing. So that's who I am.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you all for.
And I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm sorry. If you could hear the accent, I'm from New Orleans, because I get that all the time because everybody pick up on the accent first. I am from New Orleans, Louisiana, but I reside in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, dope.
All right, I guess I'll go next. So my name is Aisha Tolliver. I'm from New Jersey, and I am the visionary and CEO of Tolliver Teaching and Consulting. And I also have a family business with my husband. It's auto detailing. It's called A-Team. So those are our 2 businesses. I'm also the co-director of a micro school. And this year I'm getting ready to open my own micro school. Wow. Where I specialize in special education and really just personalized, individualized education, where I teach financial literacy, decolonize Black history, US history decolonize, STEM. We have a big focus on Black history in STEM, and a big focus on social and emotional learning, which is awesome because we're talking about a lot of this. We have healers tonight. So this is just amazing. Just really excited. So that's really my focus, education. And our mission is really just, I consider myself a motivational educator. I just think it's so important to inspire our community and to just put that energy back into education, where it's lively, it's learning through living, and it's every day. So that's our mission, is just to continue to motivate and inspire, and as well as provide financial literacy. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm really big on becoming debt free. That's another thing that I'm teaching as well with Tolliver Teaching and Consulting. Recently, I've been teaching at ladies' Bible classes about becoming debt free. So that's another thing that I would say that I'm really focused on as well. I'm a wife and a mother. I'm getting ready to have another baby. So I'm going to have 3 daughters. So powerful women coming up. All right. Continue to raise these women. All right. So thank you so much for having me today.
Yes. Congratulations, Aisha. Congratulations.
Can I pick the next? And I know she's going to be like, here she go calling me out. But because of her being the host of the Juicing Challenge, I mentioned to you, Jeter, I would love to see if Lady Key can introduce who she is, where she's from, because that's what we were doing when you and Butterfly joined in case y'all, and I think Ty, you came in and caught it, but she's telling everyone to do a quick elevator pitch, 60 seconds or less, who you are, what you do, where you from. So I know you have to go, you're pressed for time. So that's why I kind of came in. So I'm gonna slide back out. Okay, bless the Lord.
Hello, how are you guys doing? Thank you for having me. She knows how to call somebody out on the spot, huh? My name is Lady Key, and I am a certified juice therapist, as well as someone who just teaches holistic health from an eating standpoint and how to do that through mind, body, and spirit, aligning the three. So what I do is I help families come together to be able to transition to a more healthier lifestyle via juicing and a plant-based diet. I am also from New Jersey. So I see Jersey's in the building. And I am just overall all about health and wealth and getting people back to who they are. Right now, we are doing a challenge where we're working on the inner child. So that's all a part of getting the mind, body, and spirit in alignment. So eating high vibrational foods, drinking high vibrational juices, that's going to bring us back closer to source. And that is what I do.
Speaking of juice, I just got back from Trader Joe's because I'm juicing as well. So I need to join that challenge. Let me know what's up. I'm ready to go.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We're definitely going to connect. It's a beautiful experience. Juicing definitely gets you healing on a spiritual level. So let's connect.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Who's next up? I think we have maybe 3 more or 2. Anyone can go.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Tiana. Tiana Glenn is my biological name, but I go by Ty the Natural. And what I do is I am an empowerment speaker, and I go by Ty the Natural, and I am an empowerment speaker and an empowerment coach. And my passion is to empower women from being broken, from not knowing who they are, from lacking self-acceptance, something that I used to lack. And there's so many people in the world that lack it. 85% of the world has low self-esteem. So you can't have high self-esteem without self-acceptance. So that's my passion. And my passion is to just help women find their true power and to empower them to get unstuck from whatever they have dealt with in the past.
Thank you.
So that's what I do. You're welcome.
Welcome. And we're connected on IG, correct?
Yes, ma'am. We are. We have been connected for a while.
Nice to see you, girl.
Nice to see you too. I love the hair.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It loves Florida. I love Florida, and my hair clearly does too. It's just like having a party.
Hello, everyone. My name is Julia Politis, also known as Jules. It's my first time joining a mastermind. I met Danielle recently through a core group here in Miami, Florida, and I'm so honored to be part of this group. You all are doing amazing things and is right up my alley. I'm on my self-healing journey as well. I actually just started seeing a therapist and a hypnotist to really get into my subconscious mind, because that's how embedded some of these dysfunctionalities that I personally have. But apart from that, I'm an environmental advocate and a realtor as well. I combine my passion with my profession just because to me, real estate is not just selling a home. It's the biggest decision in your life. And having a healthy home is really important internally, in the internal environment and the exterior environment. It doesn't make sense that we don't pay attention to the environment as much as we should, because that's the very thing that feeds us and keeps us alive. So I try to educate our community by volunteering, a lot of community outreach, and getting involved on a political level, just to educate everybody, because the more you know, the better you'll become. So that's mainly what I focus on.
Awesome. So happy you're here. Hey, girl.
I had one last thing I needed to add. I wanted to share that Lady Key is the reason why I'm on this new pivot, because of the juicing challenge. So if anyone is doubting juicing, it's very powerful. And it's the reason why I pivoted to my purpose, my true passion. Like, I thought it was about natural hair, which is when I started following you, it was about natural hair, but it's bigger than hair. It's like, I can't teach people their hair if they don't like themselves. So that's where I come in at.
Yes, thank you. And we have one last.
That would be Kimberly Neptune. That's one of the Cubs as well. Kimmy, are you available to say who you are and what you do for your elevator pitch, queen? Come on up, sis. I'm a duck out again. Bless the Lord.
I am Kim. A lot of people call me Kimmy, but I am also known as Butterfly of Butterfly Thoughts. I am an empowerment coach, motivational speaker, and a author of 4 amazing books. My purpose is to be that person to help women to see things from a different perspective of life, to let women see life from a different perspective. Let them know that there's different tools that they can use to come out of those dark places that they're in. So all my books are journals or activity journals. And again, all of them are guided, where it always has something to prompt, like questions and quotes to prompt you into thinking, okay, what can I write about in this moment? How am I feeling in this moment? My last book, which is called Butterfly Effect, is an activity journal to help you to tap into your inner child. I created that book because I myself, as a child, love to color. And because I love to color, I put some of those aspects into the book as well. So it's called an activity journal. But
yes,
it also has
love that
places where you can journal as well. And it also has affirmations in there. It has word puzzles that you can do just to give you and that child to tap back into your inner child as well.
Love that.
So I am from New York, Brooklyn, New York. Originally, my family is from Trinidad and Tobago. That's where I get all of my flair from. But other than that, that's who I am.
Welcome. I love that. I use those books. I have those books.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm into it. I got markers and crayons and coloring stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have tons of crayons all over my house.
Color pencils.
And I just bought some markers and color pencils and all of that the other day.
Who else got color pencils?
Kids, mind you.
Who else?
I don't have any kids, mind you.
We found each other. This is wow. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So did everybody introduce themselves? Okay, awesome. All right. So now that we're all acquainted, please network in the chat, drop your IG, drop your websites. And again, happy Women's Month. We have moms, we have wives, we have healers, we have CEOs, we have teachers, we have everyone here on this call. So shout out to y'all. This is our month. Y'all better go off. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to jump into now some of the stuff that I want to share with you about branding. Tonight is about branding. And that's our jam. And it's really important. So all right. So feel free to get busy with note-taking. You can also screen shot anything that you need, okay? And we are going to hold Q&A for when Coach V comes on. So I'll just go through mine and then we'll keep it pushing. How's that sound? If we're good to go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat for me. Okay, 1. Okay, well, let's get it then. All right. All right. So we did our intros. I gave you an overview, so I think we're good there. Everybody knows where they are, what they're doing. I have a question for those who are a part of my tribe, who are mastermind members. So we talked about our morning routines and we talked about a ritual. And it was a really good conversation in January, and everyone had their template. So I would love to hear, I'm gonna actually stop the screen again. So I would love to hear how these morning routines are going. And yeah, Aisha, how's your morning routine going? Were you able to use that template? Was it helpful? Like, how did you feel about that?
Absolutely. I think, routines are they're just so critical. And like, so the way that you organized it and how like it relates to not only our personal, but professional and and even as women, like we've been talking about a lot, like the things that we're doing, like you have to have that structure And I think it helped me form more discipline. So I would definitely say it really helped me with my self-discipline and just being more consistent. I think that's something maybe that I might lack at sometimes. So having that routine and going through that with in our last mastermind, it really kind of put it back into me, like I really need to stick to it. So I would definitely say like self-discipline and being consistent is really a big part of like self-care.
So how long did yours end up being? Because y'all saw mine.
Not that long. I think it's going to take time to work up into how many pages that you have, like with the affirmations and everything. But it's definitely building. I would definitely say that it's building. And then the more that I do it, yes, and the more that I do it, I realize like, ooh, I want to add this, and then it just builds that confidence as well. Because it really builds confidence. Because then I realize like, oh, you could take it to the next level once you achieve it.
Okay, bet. Well, I'm happy that is going well for you. I'm happy to hear that. So ladies, just quickly, I can give you like my morning routine kind of categories, and y'all can like take it down and go for it. You know, maybe it will be helpful to what you have going on. But essentially, I start out with prayer and devotion in the morning, and my alarm goes off at 4:45, but girlfriend ain't been getting up at 4:45. So I'll be getting up at like 6. But when I started this a year ago, I was the 5 a.m. club for a minute. And I will say that the solitude and the stillness is important for our spiritual growth. And it's important for us to be able to just connect with our source in those moments. So solitude is something that is just like, I don't know, it's not really my favorite thing, but I understand why it's necessary now, and I'm learning to embrace it. So it starts off in the morning, like super early when it's dark out. Basically, if you get up before dark, you win it. All right, you win it. Get up before dark, have some solitude, and then I go into hydration. I will go into a workout. So I do about an hour of a workout. I'm very like high impact, but I also like to do like yoga and stretching, which I need to do more of as I get older. So then I go into that. I also have affirmations that I say that are on my mirror, that are on my phone. And I like to do a meditation as well. The meditation and yoga is really good with the workout. Also with the actual ritual map that we have, the map has sections that we read out loud. So you speaking to yourself 10 years, the future you, 10, 15, 20 years from now, who you are, and reciting that over yourself over and over. And then a section where you have rules for your life and rules for how you spend your time and how you organize your day. And that helps you to like with the discipline part. So I pretty much have rules for life, and I just recite the rules. And then there's also declarations. So I declare and decree those kind of affirmations, as well as the I am statements, and then the declare and decree statements. Another big section is the vision map, which is, you know, our vision maps that a lot of us, everybody has made. But I just have that, something pasted on a document, and it's reading through as well. And I look at that. I believe that's every section. Am I missing a section, Aisha?
I believe
that's everything. Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. I believe that's everything. And then just making sure that after I work out, that I do break my fast with something healthy, you know, and then take some vitamins and then get right into work. So my morning routine is really extended. My business hours are from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So they don't start that early. I just don't function that well at 9. It's just not the best hour for me, and it just doesn't work. So we do 10 and we go to 6. And then I keep those hours very structured. So getting up in the morning, I literally have like 3 hours to myself to just do whatever. But we have moms and wives on the call. Y'all lives is more, you know, it's just me at the moment. So basically just being consistent with a routine, doesn't matter the length of time. It's just the consistency is the discipline part of it. So cool. Okay, great. Great. And then as I'm transitioning the screen, please drop in the chat what you do. Like, what is your favorite part of your morning routine? Drop something that you love to do as well. Can you see my screen, everyone? Perfect. Let's keep it pushing. So a quick overview I'm sorry for all our other guests who are on the call. We're just going to go through business real quick. So Mastermind, we do have a book club and it's inside of the app. So I recommend the Millionaire Mindset Book Club, and we're starting with Built to Sell. I did the audio version of this by John Willalow, and it's awesome. It is about an 8 or 9 hour audio. It's not that long. You can get through it in a week or two. But let's discuss this book. So please get your hands on it. You can probably also find some stuff on YouTube, like an audiobook for free. I have mine on Audible, but we're going to go ahead and discuss this in April. So get that. And then shout out to everybody who's already in the app, but Aisha's not in our app, and I don't know why. And I would like you to be in the community. So let's get you on the app. Let's get that on your phone and turn those alerts on and utilize those too, like when we're in between our masterminds, so we can have discussion and that you can still get the support you need, you know, through the wonderful thing of technology. Listen, I like express gratitude for technology. I thank God for tech. Like I pray about, it's a thing, you know, like technology is really, really a gift. So let's use it. And we have our first in-person 3-day intensive mastermind in Miami, April 13th through the 15th. So for this, let me just keep going. Okay, so pretty much I need everybody to take a screenshot of this. This is our calendar of events for the year. These are the things that we're committed to doing. And this is when you can get up with us. So please, everyone who's here is invited. You can capture this, check your calendars, and I really recommend, especially to our members here at Meet Up to Millions, to make sure that you come in person, you know, so get up with us at least once in person, but you have the opportunity to come to all of them. They're for you. They were designed just for you. So you have that, and we have registration for that is $14.97, right? And so it's April 13th through the 15th here in Miami. You can handle that in 2 payments of $748.50. Your balance is due April 6th because this mastermind is in a month. So that is the one that's coming up right now. Third quarter is our August. I know everyone was waiting for August dates. So here we are, special announcement, the 17th through the 19th. That is also $14.97. This one is super easy as well. You could do 4 payments of $375. And here are the dates for your payments. So make sure you note down those dates and that your balance is due by August the 10th. And let's get together. And then fourth quarter, oh, why does it say Miami? Please, that is wrong. It is December 6th through the 11th in Accra, Ghana. So that is a typo. Please make it on your notes that is Accra, Ghana. But if you're trying to go to West Africa, we're going to do an investment tour and mastermind December 6th through the 11th in Ghana. And the payment dates and the deposits will be released shortly. So you will get that information. So if you would like to come, you could put down your deposit and save your spot. So the way that the in-person masterminds work is you are responsible for travel and lodging. So the flight that you need is not included. The lodging that you need is not included. However, we always have our host hotel or our host accommodations. So the group stays together in our joint hotel. So you'll have the information that you need for that. And I always work out deals. Like, just know that Jeter always going to get y'all the plug, the bag, and the deals. So I am conscious of that. And I want y'all to have a really great time in Miami. So we hook it up really, really nice. And then in Accra, Ghana, we are going to be working on some great accommodations there as well. So that is that. Business, I believe, is out of the way. Please take this picture and I'm going to keep going. All right. So now that business is out the way, shout outs to everybody. All right, so branding like a millionaire. All right, so let's go through this checklist. This is an opportunity for you to note down the things that you have and note down the things that you don't have. When we're building our brands, this is essentially very, very important. You are going to be able to close more deals, do more business, and expand yourself by looking great. I'm telling you, it works. So this is something for you to really get started to identify like a very good starting place, and you build from this. So let's talk about your branding kit. And this is your style guide as well. So the first thing is, do you have a mission statement? So each line item that we go through, if you have this item, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. If you do not have this item, I want you to put a 2 in the chat, okay? And if, yeah, just 1 and 2, because if it's in progress, you don't have it, all right? It's a no. 1 and 2, do you have it or do you not? All right. So your mission statement, right? This clearly tells your external audience what you are going to do as a business to make an impact, right? What is your mission? Why are you established? Second, identify your target audience. Do you know the people that will be your customers, your clients, the members of your programs, the ones who will be your partners? We have a lot of, it sounds like it could be nonprofits and for-profits on this call, and a lot of community cause work. So y'all gonna have all types of relationships that you could garner for the audience, but you have the ones that you want to target for your programs. Do you have that audience identified? Meaning, you know, the age group, you know, the locations, you know, the ethnicities, you know, what they like, what they don't like, what they do, and things of that sort, how much money they make and so forth and so on. That is your target audience. Number 3, your custom domain name. So you want to buy the domain names of your brand, your company. And I also recommend that you purchase your name as well. I think that your name is very much a part of your brand. As you're in the business world, in the business economy, when you are building a company, it is associated with the person. You are that person because you are the founder and the CEO. So DaniellePJeter.com is mine. DPJeter.com is mine because that's my online brand, DP Jeter. I own that one, as well as AOI Events and PR, and also like my DBA and my like actual business name. So all of those domains, right? You want to make sure that they are yours. On GoDaddy.com is where I get my domains, but Google has domain names now and so many other places. So that is number 3. So let me see how the chat is going. All right, cool. Y'all ready? Y'all rocking. Okay, great. Okay, so number 4 is your font pilot. So as you can see, AOI Events and PR is my PR company. And this is the ultimate branding list that we use for our PR clients that we do work with. And this is an example of our font pilot, right? So do you have the colors? And that means that you know the color codes to them as well. Not just an image of them, but what are the color code numbers? That's your palette. And then you have, I'm sorry, that was brand. I was talking about colors. Those are brand colors. The font is the type font that you use for when you're creating your website and your flyers and your online stuff. So that is the fonts and then your brand colors. Moving on, of course, your logo is important. And I know that we talk a lot about logos, but I think depending on the logo, you have 2 styles of your logo, because you have a logo that has an icon and then you have a logo that is just your name. The name logos are just as important as well. So a lot of times we have graphic artists who will create together, as you can see, AOI Events and Public Relations, they put it together. But separating all of this 3 different ways is also different versions of my logo, because you'll need the different versions for different online usage. So that's very important to have. And I see a lot of opportunity for people to actually have the name one. I don't see those very often. So those are like super versatile to have, and you'll get a lot of longevity with that. Next, we have our business cards. And I'm just going to go ahead and say digital business cards at this point, because I just think that we just talked about how I love technology, like it speeds up the connection process. And honestly, printing business cards, I've stopped printing business cards years ago because people do not follow up. And then you're not adding to society by purchasing paper, and then you have to pay for them. And it's also a task to get them created and designed and printed out. I don't know. I just feel like I don't really need the paper one. What do y'all think? Do y'all still have digital business cards? Paper business cards, so y'all straight digital, all the way?
I like to have both. On my card, I put my QR code so that people can scan it. But the thing is, when it's just the scanner and I save that person's number on my phone, And then 2-3 days later, I'm like, what's that person's name? And I can't remember. I'll go to their business card and then I'll pull it up. I actually keep people's business cards and utilize them. I'm a little old school in that.
Yo, I'm just like, I see it's a lot of people who actually have paper business cards. I've like gotten, yeah, I see y'all are doing it. Y'all are doing the thing. Do y'all have y'all digital ones? Okay, I see people say both. I have both. Yes, I do both. Okay, so most of y'all do both. Yeah, y'all, I just went to the wild side. Okay, great. I'm glad y'all got that handled though. All right, so who is actually developing their email list? Do you have subscribers coming through some sort of online funnel? Where y'all at with that? Perfect. Popple. Yeah, I have Popple and I have Hi Hello. Listen, all of them. No online. Jules, I thought you do have an online funnel. I thought you said that when we were on the phone. No?
Well, for like ads, but not through like I don't like advertise. They're not like a landing page per se where I advertise and people go to it. It's just like a Facebook ad. And if they're interested in learning more, then yes. Is that what
Right.
you're referring to?
Because is it generating an email list for you?
It'll input their email. But I'm not sure how accurate they are just because it's connected to their social media. Like for me, my Facebook account on social media is like an old email address that I use. So it may not be a current email address that they potentially use. I have 2 separate systems. So I have under like an intentional email that I send once a month in my newsletter. And then I have like the general people that respond to my ads that just has like an automated system. So they don't necessarily see me as a brand and person because they don't know who I am.
So maybe on one of the calls, we'll just go through it and just see where it takes us and stuff. Because I'm interested to see.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay, dope. Oh, let me hurry up because we have another presentation. So your email signatures, hope that you have really nice, like generated email signatures. What about identify your competitors? 1 or 2, identify your competitors. Okay, 1, Mary said 2, Aisha said 2, okay. 1 and 2, okay. Right. Okay, bet. Okay, so some people need to note that down on their to-do list. What about your writing style? This is going to be important when you start to build and expand your marketing team and you have people who are writing copy for your social media captions and your blogs and even writing like any of your letters and stuff. We have a 1 from Mariska. We have 1 from V, 2, Jules. Okay, so go ahead and write that one down. What about your target niche? 2 2s. Ooh, okay. It's time to get to it. This is exciting. Niche, 1 2 1. 1. Nice. Nice. Brand values. Have you established values for your company? Mary 2, Jules 1. I love this discussion. We're actually going to talk more about this. We're going to bring on another one of my friends to get into brand values. To Ty. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to just quickly go through these last ones, but this is a great checklist. And again, these are some areas that if it is missing, I would love for you to start focusing on building for yourself. And if you need anything with it as you're going through it, trust and know I'm a marketer, I have a PR company, I got tons of templates, tons of resources. So just reach out, drop a comment, drop me a note, and we'll get you that. So your custom email, I see a lot of people with just @Gmail. So definitely when you get your custom domain, make sure you have your name or hello or info@yourcompany.com, Danielle@AOIeventspr.com. Definitely makes you look really, really buttoned up. Okay, create your email account, identify your social media imaging, how you want to come across and look on social media. You know, branding social media is not easy, but we have an expert on the call. Okay. Professional headshots are photography or stock images if you have products that you actually sell, shooting the products and having great professional photos for those. identify your brand personality, write your brand story out, literally writing your life story, your brand story on paper, having your website content done, develop your blog content, develop your social media strategy, and find a place where you can work, where you can be inspired. So that is your checklist. And let's keep it moving. Hope that was great for you. If that was good for you, go ahead and write a 1. If that was helpful. If it wasn't, you can write a 2. All right, so I want you to quickly take a screenshot of this one, and we'll just go through it again at a later point, or I'll add in an extra video and recording. But how do you outsource marketing and branding? You could do these things. You could consider these websites, or you can go all the way in and hire marketing staff, marketing specialists to do them for you. So go ahead and take a screenshot of this, and then we'll definitely go through it at another point. All right, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna get out the way because we have a guest on the call and her time is important and so is yours. So Vee, Coach Vee is what she's affectionately known by her community. She is the owner and operator of Panther Inc. Graphx, who is changing the way we look at branding. She has helped over 1,000 clients create reliable brands that generate consistent income. Her Brand Builders coaching program, shout out to ladies on the call, has helped over a dozen new entrepreneurs achieve success and gain identity in their industry. She is known for creating lanes so her clients never worry about competing. She helps each person gain insight and mindset as an entrepreneur. Vee strives to help each and every client achieve steady levels of income and awareness in order to support their families and arrive at their tailor-made destiny. Follow her on social media platforms, and here is her website. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that. But I'm going, do you want me to, I have to stop sharing the screen, and we're just gonna welcome Coach Vee. Please take the floor.
Just said, please take the floor. First of all, thanks for having me, Jeter. I appreciate you so much. We just connected, but the vibes have been infectious. So thank you. Thank you for having me amongst your wonderful mastermind group. And hello to all my Cubs in the building. BBA, stand up. I love my ladies. Thank you for joining. And I know a lot of you are also in Keys to Juicing. So thank you for dedicating to me. I appreciate you. What I want to talk about, and we can take it either way. I have a presentation. I'm more of I'm known for high energy, shooting from the hip type of girl. And I love that Jeter opened up with letting me know who you guys are and what you do, so I'll know how to navigate. I am very, 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 very grounded. I love to be connected. I love that you did meditation, and so sorry I came in right in the middle, it seems, but I love that you open with that. A lot of times I love to pray with my Cubs, sometimes even in the middle of a live. If I feel it, I let it flow. I'm someone that really is connected with just flowing. So I really want to talk about tonight, and now that I have a sense of the backgrounds, if you don't mind, or we may be able to get into the presentation, I want to at least start out with you guys thinking about a few things. Okay. I'm
sorry, before you jump in, I forgot, we also doing Q&A. So please, y'all's questions. So we are going to do a open just talk again, all about branding, because we want to hear where you are and what you need and give that to you. So please start dropping your questions in the chat, and we're going to go through them.
All right. Okay, that's awesome. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I love that. So I want to first ask the question, and this is how I usually start my clarity calls with clients. What is your why? When it comes to brand development, a lot of us look at branding as just a logo or fonts or colors. And as you just saw from the checklist, it's much more than that. So I love that checklist as well. That is what I also try to expose in brand audits. Sometimes we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to really ask ourselves, why are we into entrepreneurship in the first place? Are you really clear on your message? Without really knowing the why, you can't be clear on how you get your message out in your content. So you first have to ask your why. And I usually ask up to a 4 series of levels of why, right? So starting out, when you sit with yourself and you are thinking of yourself as the entrepreneur, as the owner operator of this company, ask yourself and write it down. I'm very big on writing it down, making it plain. Don't just keep it in your head, write it down. Why do I do what I do? Why do I care to solve someone's problem? Why am I here to get you out of the pain that you've been suffering with? Why does it matter to me to commit to the process? Because sometimes we look for a shortcut and there is no shortcut in entrepreneurship. You got to really flow through the processes. So what's going to keep you committed? Is it your child? Is it that elder that you may take care of? Is it the commitment to self for whatever reason? I want you to ask yourself, what is your why? So that's where I start with entrepreneurs. We got to really dig deep because people want to engage with, build with, especially when it comes to community. That's very important. And your brand is what gets that established. The brand's message is so important in that because they need to know, like, and trust you in order to connect with you, in order to want to build with you. So what strategies are you using when it comes to connecting? Okay, we have to really think about the end goal is community. How am I engaging so much so? How am I giving value? And you'll find your value in your why. That's why it's so important to be clear on that one simple question. What is my why? See, I have a background of 20 years as a graphic designer. So I could talk to you all day about tracking, learning, kerning, and letting, opacity, saturation, the things that the little, they call it peak squads. I like to be the introvert behind the computer. That's me. I wear these not for fun, okay? I've been training these eyes for 20 years. But it was because COVID happened, took my job 2019, okay? Was furloughed, right? And then my husband came in and asked me for divorce. And then at 4 years old, my son was diagnosed with high functioning autism. So collectively, anybody would be like, how in the world are you even here to see the next day? What's keeping you going, V? How are you still committing to the process? How are you still booking engagements? How are you still developing your brand? How did you commit? I had to be committed because I dug deep enough when I got to my lowest self to expose my why. So your traumas, your tragedies, your setbacks, your pitfalls, this is a part of your why. When that person stole your voice and now all of a sudden you want to be an empowerment coach, that's not by chance. That's not by chance. So I need us to connect that story to the content, to the brand, okay? Because when you come out there, my people always know, I always say, what's up, my people? Okay? And that's because I want you to feel like this is a no judgment zone. I'm your sister, I'm your friend, I'm whatever you need in that moment to help you sustain. So when I speak with this type of passion, that is also translated into my branding. So they hear me with high energy. It's not by chance that my brand colors are black and lime green. When you understand color theory, and that's another part of the brand development, colors mean so much. Colors can make you hungry. Colors can put you in a hurry. Colors can relax you and slow you down. It's not by chance that that med spa that you go to is usually a cool blue or a cool gray versus the lime green that I use to express my brand and what it encompasses. So first, know your why. Understand how to discover your messaging through that why. And you want to make sure you're consistent with that brand's identity, which is the green and black I'm talking about. The brand's tone is the what's up, my people. How you doing? How you feeling? Every time I go live, I always open with how you doing? How you feeling? I'm going to always open with music. I'm going to always close with an inspirational message because that's what my brand represents. That's who I am. On camera and off camera. That's what I represent. On camera and off camera. Okay, so figure out how to connect that message based on your why and just stay consistent with telling your story. Authenticity is what leads the game. Okay, A lot of people feel like you'll be able to come out with your brand, and then you study people, or you may have attended a mastermind like this and you're like, oh, they've made it. They're doing so great. We didn't see what they had to do behind the scenes, though. We don't know how many years they've been in the game. We don't know their network or their connection. So we can't really say, if I mimic them, I'll be just as successful. Be your authentic self, because no one can sell you like you. No one can tell your story like you. No one can engage with people like you. Just because my high energy sells tickets and books seats doesn't mean you have to match my energy to be successful. Focus on being you. Because I tell you, and I made a post today on Instagram about this, God spoke. I'm in the kitchen minding my business, y'all. And I had to run to my phone and sit down, put the camera light on to just simply say, check your shelf life. When you are a carbon copy of someone else's design, your days are numbered. And this is becoming a cold game. And just to give you a little insight, the government is still going to lay off jobs by the end of this year. Estimated 2 million people.
What?
Yes, ma'am. And that's the second time I've heard it in 1 week. The other person that gave insight was Wall Street Trapper. If you're familiar with him, if you are not big in stock market, please follow him, because he drops a lot of awareness of what's going on around us. So how are we preparing? That goes back to building community. Build community. Be that person that is trustworthy in the community. Your sources, your resources are in your community. Your trustworthiness is in your community. And when you guys build together as a unit and you do workshops and conferences and all of these beautiful things, and the creativity that comes to the table with community, focus on community, focus on being transparent. So if you know your end goal is community, then ask yourself, what is the skill set I have to leverage to draw my community through my branding? What can you do easy that some people find hard? What has proven itself to be a need amongst the public that you service? And then you figure out, how do I leverage that? Who do I need to get in front of to make the awareness about what service or product I offer? Okay, and you come consistent and you drive that home. Anytime you're marketing, anytime you're promoting, anytime you're making content, you think about the end goal. What is your end goal? And how do I work that end goal backwards? I need to know my yearly income, my monthly income. I need to start breaking down my calendar in quarters. Okay, I need to know my daily goal. I know if I make $300 a day, by the end of the year, I'm a 6-figure earner. So that's just starting out. That's simple math right there. $300 a day will make me a 6-figure earner. How can I make $300 a day? And that's based off of a 5-day work week. When people don't know their numbers, I always say, start with your salary, either your current salary or your last salary. What was your daily amount that you took home? Okay. If you can replace that, you just fired your job. Congratulations. That's where you start. And then you double up and you double up and you build on it. Because once the method is proven, you just build. But the solid foundation has to be established first. And that is the consistency on building the know, like, and trust factor with your target audience. How do you find your target audience? You don't find them, they find you. You have to ask yourself, how do I position my brand to be found?
Yep.
Okay. So here
Can I add right there real quick?
Yes.
So it just dropped to me like, okay, so then how do I build like my positioning, right? And so some quick ways, not quick ways, but here are some ways that like, this can help you with that. One of which is going out to speak at like community events, going and being a part of other people's communities, like what we're doing right here. And, providing a webinar, create a signature talk, a signature webinar, and offer that to people. And before you know it, people will be paying you to come speak and to bring that information or bring that teaching to them. You can also position yourself to be in the media. Get yourself some articles written up, get on TV, get on radio, like have a presence, be a part of the conversation, and that builds your credibility too. And then also get involved with like, I mean, all y'all already involved with schools, so y'all got that, but think about how you can leverage it in a way where it also helps you for your positioning as an expert at what you do, you know, so really exchanging and doing business with like all of the decision makers. Keep going to the tops. How you build your position is keep building with bosses. Let people gotta know who you are. What's your name? And build with decision makers. I'd be like, who are the people cutting the checks? Who the sponsors? Who, like, where's the decision makers? That's the room I'm always trying to get in. So like, you know, going to things as general admission is just not something, it's just not a good use of my time, because I gotta be in VIP with all the hands is being shaked, like where all the deals is going down, where we talking about bags and money. Like I need to be backstage behind the scenes doing the things with the politicians, and build with your local politicians. They should also know your name as well. So those are some really good positioning, you know, opportunities.
Yes, and that's funny because she piggybacked, and I'm about to jump back on the pig's back, because that is exactly where I was going. It's just really understand, again, knowing what problem you solve, and then position yourself in the areas where you know those people frequent. That's where I was going with that. If you are someone that has, like, say for instance, it's a spa or a salon, where are the yoga studios? We got to really think about the behaviors of the audience. If you know that they are a part of the yacht club, they probably like to go to saunas and spas and nail salons and all the things that match that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
If you know you are serving people that maybe had to go through drug rehab, or they're in a certain type of community, then what are the types of behaviors? What are the types of behaviors? Where would you find these people? And the funny thing is, now that we have digital, you can advertise in so many ways. And this is about to be a gem even for BBA, because I haven't taken it here with y'all yet. I bet they're like, oh, you want to wait to the mastermind. But I want you guys to think about advertisement in different places. Hulu, Spotify. Think about your audience's behaviors. If they're a gym nut, 9 times out of 10, they listen to Spotify. If they are a couch potato, 9 times out of 10, they have subscriptions for Netflix, Spotify, all that stuff. They have all of that. They got
or any Black-owned media, or any Black-owned media company. Any of them, all of them.
So you want to think about that, and also the benefit of podcasts. People are starting to prefer to get their information from podcasts. So pay for advertisement on podcast channels. That's even outside of running your own podcast, and you can use your podcast as your product and services funnel. You can be your own infomercial because it's your show, you know?
Right.
So yeah, drop your podcast channels for sure, because people are wanting to get their information the way they want to ingest it. People are tired of being force-fed. People are tired of seeing advertisements and commercials that have absolutely nothing to do with them. They want their content fast and to the point in the way that they want to be able to digest it. And that's another point when it comes to your brand's message, content, all of that. Break down things. Don't be so overwhelmed thinking you got to do a whole paragraph and a whole spill. We are now in a time where people want short pieces of information, but make sure those short pieces are full of value. You want to be the one known that gives the free stuff, and it's more impactful than other people's masterminds that made you pay. That's what you want to be known for. You want to be the person that they crave when they wake up, because you're known for that motivational speech every Friday, or you're known for that Talk About It Tuesday where it gets real spicy and they leave fulfilled. You want to be that person, okay? So think about that. How can I really dig deep enough to illustrate the value in what I offer? And you want to promote that every way you possibly can amongst your audience, though. Don't go crazy and go to platforms where your people not even checking for you over there, okay? Don't waste your time doing that. But if you know, for instance, you may focus on crafting. Etsy and Pinterest, people sleep on, and people are making millions over there, okay? We think about if you are business to business. When the last time you checked your LinkedIn subscription? Okay, if you're looking for new bloggers to get a new press release or something done, they like to hang out on Twitter. So really research your platforms, understand where you can find your people, understand your why, make sure your brand messaging is clear, and come consistent with your content, okay? And get as many events. Make sure you are gearing up for the end goal being, I have to build a community where I am helping people solve that particular problem I know only I do my way. So I think that might be it, Gita, unless you could say, okay, keep going, because I can keep going bang, bang, but I want to take time for Q&A or if you even have questions for me.
Yeah, so that was great, right? That was great. Thank you. I loved it. It was, and it's always really good to just hear reinforcements as well. So thank you so much. I am excited to hear from all the ladies now. There was quite a bit of great information shared. So let's get into some Q&A. I didn't see anybody drop any questions. So what's up with y'all? How y'all feeling? Let's check it. Let's just go. Everybody just say something. That's just how we're going to close out. All right. So who first? Who first?
I'll go. Honestly, I had questions, but you like would say almost a question and then answer it. Like it was very informational and motivational, like especially with me just getting started out. So honestly, you answered like a lot of the things because you literally would bring the topic up and then you would go into detail with it. So I have my notes that I was taking this whole time and I have some work to do. And I just want to say thank you. Honestly, I feel very, very motivated. And I think what really resonated with me was how you're talking about, like start with your why, but also focus on your end goal and bring it back. And that really just gives that full picture of branding. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. I'm so glad it was clear. I'm so glad it was clear. Yeah. Awesome.
So what's your first step what's one of the first things that you wrote down that you're going to go work on this month?
I think it kind of correlates with what you posted with like, as far as like the mission. So I think I'm really going to focus on that, which is my why. So I can put the passion, as Veronica was saying, put the passion with the mission and just put that together and make it short and concise. Like she said, I think that's really what I'm going to focus on and meditate on and pray about. And just as you spoke about, like, just digging deep into like my why and what I've been through and my traumas and how that's motivating me to continue to do this. So I'm really going to just focus and meditate on that. The business mission plus my why, put that together.
Yes. Awesome.
Love that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And I suggest when you do that, you can kill all that in one, but when you have it, write it out as a story. And that's your document. And then that's your content. You just kind of start from there. You have that as like the base, and then you turn that into different pieces of content.
Oh, it could be that, yeah. And you could do your video and use Otter. I'm gonna drop that in the chat. That's what I'll leave y'all with. Otter.ai. Use that if you guys, because I do have clients that are like, well, I don't like to write because my brain does this, and then you have vice versa. I don't like the camera. I like to write. So depending on who you are, if you record your story,
yes,
just as impactful, chop it up. Content for days, content for days, and you could use Otter.ai and it'll transcribe your audio and you can make that a book. You could even make it a course if you wanted to, depending on your background or what the end goal again is for that. So I'm glad you brought that up. That's so dope. Yes, write it down.
Thank you. Nice. Okay, who is second?
I'll go second. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just wanted to say
the mouth moving.
Oh, it's all right. I just wanted to say thank you to both you and Veronica, Danielle. This is really great. A couple of things that I didn't think about was like color code. I did not think about that, like what the colors mean as far as the color story, what each color invokes in other people, as well as like the color code. So when I'm going to place the orders. So those two tidbits, and as well as I didn't think about like like how the spending habits of my potential customers can be like a key point in me figuring out my marketing.
Yep.
Or like just collaborations that I might be able to possibly pitch my company into just based off of that. So thank you, ladies. I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Lots of knowledge.
Awesome.
Thank you. Glad to hear that. So what I did was in the chat, there's a coolers.co you can use to find your color codes. And I love that tool. So you could play around with it and you could definitely find all the colors that you need. And I believe there's fonts on there as well. All right.
Yes, I can go next. Hi guys. So I'm a baby. I'm really a cub. And of course I love Coach V. Coach V, she is amazing. She gets us together, honey. In the most best possible way to get us really digging deep and thinking about our why. And and even you, Danielle, thank you so much with the branding, because I took a screenshot of the checklist. I said, oh my goodness, I had so much I have to do. But I realized that I'm still at this stage in my business of like what Coach V said, is really knowing my why. Like I thought it was just self-care for coaches, for moms, but it's really deeper than that. The more I look at my why, it's deeper in something that keeps telling me go deeper and go deeper. So I'm really at that mission stage, like Aisha said, is like really with my mission. I thought it was just self-care, helping moms, take care of. No, it's helping moms really heal that trauma, of not having a mother, not having a father, that goes deep because it's a part of my story, and believing that my story is enough, and how I can articulate that to moms, because like I said, there's a lot of moms who are just trying to parent from a place of just hurt and pain, and just trying to show up and be the best of themselves. So it's like I'm really at understanding my mission, like V was saying, is understanding your why, but also understanding the end goal. So the more I get clarity on that, the more I do the work on myself, the more I get more clarity. So that's where I'm at, and it's like I think I'm thankful for it. It's helping me a lot, a lot. Thank you so much. If that makes sense.
I'm so happy. Good.
Thank
good.
you.
That's it. That's all the questions y'all got. That's it.
There's some more people who hasn't said anything, but yeah, what questions do y'all have?
I have a question. Can I have one quick question? Can I ask this?
Oh, please. This is
Right.
Q&A. Yes, ask
for both for
as many
V.
questions as you like.
So when I'm creating content, now this is another thing I haven't really been consistent with content, because when I feel like, V always tells us when there's a lack of clarity, when you're not consistent with something, that means there's a lack of clarity, right? You still need clarity about something. But, when I'm creating my content, I feel like, I get stuck, because it's like I get so focused on the words and the wording and how I'm saying it. And, is the tone of does the tone reflect the message that I'm trying to convey, or is the tone too playful for my colors? I think about all of that, and sometimes that stops me, because it's like with my page and the business, I want them to get the feel of healing, that like confidence, and then it's like once I start thinking and overthinking all that stuff, it makes me not do anything, because I'm just like, am I on the right track? Am I conveying the message that I need to convey to my moms? Like, am I giving what people need to hear, and not just like fluff, if that makes sense. You understand what I'm saying? How do I, yes. How do I overcome that? How do I overcome that?
This is how you overcome that. That is a doubt that was planted as a seed a long time ago that has made you question your authority for years. Okay?
Right.
So I want you to sit in yourself and remind yourself of who made you feel inadequate. And I want you to write that down on a piece of paper. All the people you can recall that made you feel inadequate. And I either want you to go put it in the ocean, burn it, rip it up.
Yes.
There you go. Because that stems from doubting self, your overthinking, when all you have to do is speak your truth. Speaking your truth is organic. Speaking your truth is going to give the flow, and it's going to connect, and it's going to give the right frequency on the right alignment at the right time with the right people. We got to stop overthinking and do. Okay. Action takers are money makers. We can't sit and just think. And why would you think that? See, that's how you know it was a seed planted, but it cannot grow.
Right.
You don't give that seed power. You don't water that seed. You identify it, write it down, and give it away. Throw it away. Okay? You got to understand that the rawness of how you're helping, going back to your story and how you're connecting is all you need. Okay? Don't try to shape and mold something to be picture perfect, because honestly, people are more engaging with things that are not so perfect. They want to engage with human beings that understand what they're going through. And as long as you can project that through your message, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as it's you. So I hope that helps.
It helped me a lot. I feel real emotional because I'm also going through Key's inner child.
Exactly. We're doing the juicing challenge. And we're doing inner child work. So I'm probably talking to her.
Yes. So you talking to little Tamika, you definitely are. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm so thankful, and thank you guys.
That was a great question though, because
it was a great answer. Thank you for even going there, you know.
It's real. It's real. We've all been there, especially when you're first starting too. So give yourself grace is a tip to that as well. When I first started 3 years ago on social media, I never knew how. I didn't think social media was going to replace my job, but it has. And every year God has supplied, because I'm never going to forfeit on what my mission is. I'm clear on my mission. So as long as you're clear on your mission, everything else will follow. Everything else will flow. He's going to direct. Just don't grieve your spirit and don't ignore the destiny you know you're intended to do. Don't do that. That's a slap in his face. So just do it.
Question. Going to be something that's not just for this next couple days. Okay. All right.
So I wanted to make sure
Wait,
I'm not
talking?
Yeah, it's another person.
Hold on, Ty, before you go.
It might be your computer. Ty, you have. It sounds like
somebody talking.
Oops, let me turn it down. Girl, I forgot.
Ty, you're good. I'm like, I know that voice, but she's not in here.
I turned it down.
Before Ty goes to the next question, I want to add 2 resources for you all that I've been using for my copywriting. One of which is Copy AI, is copy.ai, which I really like. So it will help you with any copywriting for social media, emails, confirmations, letters, you know, anything like that. It's a really great AI tool. And then also Chat GPT is dope, but it's on like wait list. But I was taking it on a wait list. I was playing around with it with one of my colleagues for like $20 a month. He has it. And I'll give him like $10 to write stuff for him. I'm like, yo, write this for me real quick on your Chat GPT. And it did a proposal. And it did like a whole like kind of like an introduction, like pitch email. And it was really great. So those are really great for copywriting. I personally recommend, like, when you start getting more into like just busy stuff that's going on in your business, you know, really utilizing like copywriting tools, but actually copywriters as well will really help you move your marketing forward quicker. So you don't even have to think about it, because like, it's a job. It literally is a job, you know? So they can write copy for flyers, for invitations, for email blasts, email sequences. And you can, I also like using Fiverr. I find freelancers on Fiverr.com, and it's super affordable, and they'll write copy for you. And it's a lot of good people on there. So don't think that it's not, and don't think it's not worth it. It's always worth finding an expert to help you like just take stuff off your plate. So yeah.
I was gonna say, Jeter, that you can just try it again the next day and it'll let you in, because it did the same thing to me. It waitlisted me, and then I tried again and it just let you in.
All right, well, today's the
and then once you in, you in. You ain't gotta get on the wait list again.
Yes, because I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I was gonna ask, this is really for my question. I was trying to ask a question for somebody else, but I don't really know what their needs are, so I'm gonna ask for me. So for someone that needs to build more, I guess, I mean, I feel like I do have the trust per se, but I don't have the reviews or like the videos to actually tell, like, like who I am as a person, or why I decided to work with Ty. So what are some things that I can do to get these videos? Like, because right now the only thing I have to offer is like clarity calls. And I did a challenge, like V said, on Friday. I just made this up on a whim, and I basically asked them a question on this self-care challenge. What is one thing that Ty does every week out of all of these things? And 3 people got it, but they really know me. And now I know that they know me because they answered correctly. Except for the one girl. I think she saw their answer, so she put it in. But the other 2, they like been in my community for a while, so they like know me. And the answer was, I take one day off social media, which I do every Sunday. That's my self-care day. And I said, you can win a free clarity call. So honestly, I don't know, like, if these ladies really need my assistance, but they were like engaging and they did the challenge with me. So now it's like, I don't really know if they're really like my target audience fitting into needing, I mean, we all need empowerment, but really lacking the self-acceptance. You know what I mean? So I hope I'm making sense. But
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's your offer? Like what do they I guess what do you upsell them into?
So I'm still working on my offer because honestly, it's kind of like I'm starting over since I pivoted from natural hair to now women empowerment. And I mean, I'm already an author because I have a book about natural hair, but now I got a new book that's called Self-Acceptance, the Antidote to Shame, Depression, and shame. I think I said that. Shame, depression, and low self-esteem. So that's my book right now, which I'm finishing writing. But I have my my community that I offer. But I feel like I have one side that wants to make it free. And then I have one side that wants to charge something, but I don't want to charge like a humongous number. Like, I don't want to charge based off a scarcity mindset. Like, I know that the abundance is going to come to me, so I don't have to rip people off or charge a whole bunch of money to get people in a community or to get them to do anything. So
what's the
I feel like I'm rambling.
I'm trying to figure out what the like I don't know if I have enough information. Like V, do you have
I'm gonna go because this is a cub, so I know the journey and I see, but take note of her response, Ty. Take note, because I think what is happening when we leave any piece of content, any live, I think in your mind you think the message is clear, but some type of way it's not translating to the audience. And then we also have to think about what is your goal for each aspect. Is that book going to be the lead magnet or is it the upsell? Is that group going to be paid or not, for what reason? Because like, for instance, I have Spilled the Ink. It's a free community, but I also have BBA. That's the thing where we have our own community subscription based, right? Mm-hmm. So I understand why both exist. So what would be the purpose of the community? And then we need to really niche down. If you see that people aren't drawing to the fact that you are a self-acceptance coach, then that means the message isn't clear to the audience. That's what it is. So we got to think about different ways we can communicate that. Okay. And then I think another thing is, there's not enough advertisement on the right thing. You have a lot of consistent content, but the content is mostly motivational content. You see,
Right.
we don't get enough content that tells you solve a problem. We don't get enough content that says, I have a link in my bio that helps you do A, B, and C. We don't have enough DMs. We don't have enough email marketing. We don't have enough lives where you end and tie in your message at the end too. This is based off of the problem I solve. If you would like to transform your life from whatever broken point they're in into whatever you can transform them to become, rock with me. You see,
Right.
we get laid back Ty, we get engaging Ty, we get the girl that feels like the around the way girl from next door. It feels like I'm the one I can sit on her comfy couch. Your entertainment content works. We got to get the educational content behind how you solve a problem.
I was thinking, like, when you are talking about hair,
I had it with hair.
that is women's empowerment right there.
And listen, Gina,
it all says what you wanted to say anyway with the hair, and hair is like that's trendy, like that's a thing, like it pops.
I know, but when I had that juice and detox, hair was out the window. It was about, God was like, Ty, I need you to use your voice more.
This is the thing, Ty. We had a conversation, and I don't know if it was in DM because we be chatting. And I said, you can tie the two. You can bridge because you're already known for this thing. Okay? You can take the struggle and the strife of the coils. Do you remember me saying there's a story that every coil tells? You can actually even do empowerment engagement with hairstylists. Look at the brothers.
Exactly. That's essentially what I do. Like, I do lifestyle tasty content, but it has a message, So you can do the same thing with the hair backdrop. Like, people do it with the yoga backdrop. Yoga's the backdrop, but they talking about God.
Look at God. Look at the Lord. Look at that alignment.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get another clarity call because
because I think also because you talk about natural hair is self-acceptance. Like, you have
it is.
Like, and there's people who just will not wear their hair natural because they don't like it being poofy. They don't like it being curly. They don't like it that it don't go straight. They don't like it in its natural form. They like it's too much or whatever the case may be. So for the people who actually are embracing natural hair, like, that is all of the things you just said, like all of them that you changed your YouTube to, self-love, self-acceptance, and self-care. All of it. I mean, when we do our hair, that's self-care. There's a young lady that I hope that you all will meet soon. Her hair story is crazy. Like, she is a professional detangler, and she's like one of the only people in the world who detangles hair. And like the story is of like people who are meant to, like, something might have gone wrong in their life. They may have fallen on hard times. Like, things happen. They stop doing their hair, and their hair mats up.
Yeah.
She takes a week or 2 weeks in getting them together and spend that time with them. Like, and she's like, I'm not just doing their hair, I'm transforming their lives. I'm helping them. I'm helping them know that they are pretty again. They can love themselves again. Like,
yeah, that's something right there.
Like, you got it. You already got it.
I need help.
You already got it.
But this is what happened, Jeter. That juice cracked her shell on. See, we had a 10-day challenge in January. And when I told her this particular idea, because she heard God, she was a beast. Like, she had broken the shell, came out, and she was like, anybody saying anything other than this is what my mission is. I am empowering women. So I was like, whoa, Ty, take the stage then, Ty. So I let her flow. And of course, this is the thing. I'm always walk with anybody that feels like this is what it is and I'm not budging. Okay, we're going to work out a plan. But the thing is, yeah, you heard God. I just don't know if you had the complete thought together. You're still using your voice.
That was your clarity call right there. I think when it dropped into your spirit, that was, if it seems like it could be like a deep confirmation that you were looking for, like, yeah, what? Hair and.
Hair in.
Not but and Jeter, get it, Jeter. I love that.
Okay.
That's alignment. That's
There we
confirmation.
go.
I love that. I love that.
Good,
Yes.
good. How you feeling? That's fine. That's good, Ty. You gonna get his hair?
It's good. It's just I don't want to feel like I'm all over the place. I don't want to feel like I'm pivot. I would just talk about natural hair. My YouTube was. I just told YouTube I'm not talking about natural hair no more. So now it's like
it right now.
She told everybody.
And now it's like now I'm moving back in. It's like this girl don't know what she doing. Like she don't know what she want to do. Like I don't want to feel like I'm just bouncing all over the place.
You know what? You bring up a really good point that I want to share for everybody. Like just to piggyback, like there's going to be times where you feel like that throughout the business journey. Not often, but it's not going to be the first or the last, right? But before you do make those big decisions, go deep. Go deep, maybe even have focus groups. Like I do focus groups around products and new things before I launch it. Like I try to get feedback or I try to test it and things of that sort before I like commit all the way, because branding is expensive and
yes, it is.
We want to, you might have to rebrand and refresh your brand over the years. Yes, of course. But if you can control that for your marketing budget, that would be like extremely helpful. So, just continue to sit with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can consistently be you, but making that drastic shift, make sure you have a moment to really deep about it, even have some like wise counsel around you, some mentors so you could talk to about it, play around with it. And yeah, I think that would be really helpful as well. Keep testing out stuff.
Yeah. And I love that you ended with keep testing out stuff, because that's the whole thing. Again, have grace, Ty. And I want you to know that people's memory isn't as long as you think. I promise you. People are ingesting so much information at light speed every day. They are not going to come back like a month from now and be like, but Ty, you said that you were not talking about hair anymore. No, they just want the fire value.
That's and if they do, who cares? Like
they're not your person. I wouldn't care.
Right.
People who you want to build with gonna love everything you do. That's the part of having a brand. When you build a brand, you can sell anything. Anything. You could come out tomorrow. Beyonce could come out and start selling puppies. And everybody gonna go get the Beyonce dog.
Sold out.
Right. You're right.
And that's my thing. But Ty, that's what makes your pivot special. Who else? Unifying the two. Who else is doing empowerment through natural hair? That's why it was always a great idea from the beginning, but that was your journey. You were adamant that that's what it was. So we had to go through that to get here. We had to go through that to get here. So the beauty of it is you already have content on both. You have 2 books on both. Make them a package.
Right.
Give them everything you got, girl. You multidimensional. You ain't got to talk about one thing either. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got to be no one trick pony. Like I'm not, and I decided a long time ago I was never choosing. I'm like, I do all these things, and whatever I feel like doing now is what I'm doing, and whatever. We moving.
It's your world. It's your world.
Yeah.
Sleep on it though. Sleep on it, because I know that blue. Like, wait a minute. I know she.
Right. Like what? What's going on?
She's feeling the type of way. You can sleep on it. Sleep on it.
I'm gonna pray on it.
Okay, pray about it, sis. Pray about it.
All right, perfect. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Y'all not sneaking away. Everybody got to say something rude. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still. Y'all still up to the mic. I think it's only 3 more people, so we about to.
You said y'all ain't getting off this call till y'all say something.
I don't think y'all gonna just ease out of here. She said, I'm gonna force a question.
We breaking the ice. We still breaking the ice. Okay, who's next?
I'll go up next. I was listening to what you guys were saying, obviously, in regards to providing value in my messages. And I think what I do with at least my social media is I'm super community oriented. I love community and I'm involved in many different communities, and I'm always trying to try different things, and I'm always curious to try different things, and I portray that on my social media. But when I have, I've been having conversations about my branding, and when people look at my page, they just look at me as a nice person that's community oriented and that does some real estate and knows about recycling. And I'm like, okay, that's not, I like that people know that about me, but I'm trying to get into the luxury real estate brand. And so I'm realizing that I kind of have to step away from what I personally like and step into what I want to be in the future. And I'm kind of having like that aha moment, and also understanding that I have to separate the two in order for me to grow and excel to another level. Obviously I can still do what I like to do and do my community things, but not everybody needs to see it and know it on a day-to-day basis. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's why I don't really have like questions. It's just kind of like figuring out the sweet spot of how to transition in a proper and successful way.
I got some ideas. Gina, you want, how did you want to answer that one? You want to go?
I want to say that side note to everybody, like, come into masterminds, like when you get the value out of these things, is because you're going to add value by asking questions and making sure that you come like inquisitive, right? Because these are not meant to be presentations. These are meant to be roundtable discussions, like kind of like we all, putting it through. But if we don't know what's going on in your mind or like what's happening, it like we just going to be presenting on stuff, but it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not designed to be that way. So that is something you could do for your due diligence, and just making sure that you come like, you could research people in advance and kind of see what they have going on and kind of come with something. But another thing, when it comes to like positioning and like making yourself memorable, my mom taught me this when I was a little girl. She said, Danielle, you better sit in the front, look cute, wear a skirt, and ask a question. Before you get out of here, everybody needs to know who you are, what your name is, and where you want to go. And that, you know what I'm saying? I think that advice it can take you through your life, especially if you're somebody who's building a brand, right? Your brand has a voice. Not saying that you always got to be like loud in the room, but like make your presence known when you get, because the room gonna keep getting bigger and bigger, and you don't want to be in the back of the room. You want people to know who you are, right? So that they can engage with you, they can exchange services with you, they can be community, and they know how to support you as well. So that's just a tip for you guys as you're preparing to invest in more mastermind groups. But I think when it comes to like luxury, like real estate and real estate in general, I mean, yeah, we're like, that's what I be seeing in real estate, like sex sells, like they be looking really cute, very luxurious. And it's just also all equates to like, at the end of the day, like we want to build $1 million companies, which means that we have to identify a product that is scalable. Because if you can't scale, then you're not, it's impossible to reach those higher levels of business. And I think that's why certain niches are like more popular than others, depending upon the lifestyle that you want to have, right? And so I think that's important to identify and then decide where you want to go with like your messaging and your branding. Because I think just as what we said with Ty, like being like a double threat, there's a way that you can do environmental sexy real estate. I feel like there's like developers and big projects out here that are doing like eco-friendly stuff. And it's like, it's very modern and it's very like new stuff that's happening too. So I think community is perfect. Like community is great. I think you can use it as a tool to like network with influencers and like decision makers and people who are like in hot places, because this, the city officials are the people who are doing like the city planning, right? And the politicians are the ones telling the municipalities how to spend their money. So using it as a status play, I think would be really great. And then just coming up with like, we're ladies. So then we come up with our own look. And I know we like, just the care of being a woman, like us investing in those things really matter. But because we're like in a visual society, I think, you know, I see how realtors are in that space. And I have a lot of friends obviously here as realtors, and they're very luxury, they're very high end, like they're like, you know, they have a very like a look to them. So I think you're thinking in the right direction. And again, like you want to make millions, you want to make money. What niche can you do that? It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like find a love for it and just make it happen. It's a numbers game, I think.
And I would definitely, to add to that, and I'm gonna go back to the business cards too, because I forgot we talked about that earlier, but I'm just thinking about different creative ways when it comes to the luxury side. First, you want to definitely study who else is in your industry and see what types of content they use, even down to the hashtags they use. And because you're focused on luxury, and you make you like a little Microsoft Word document, like just go and set like content and call to actions and hashtags. You can use an app called Hashtag Expert, and it'll tell you what hashtags are high engagement or not. And you could just start making some document files that hold that from month to month. And keep in mind, hashtags do die out. But some you may want to stay true to, especially if you create one for your brand's name, and it can become like a tracker for you, right?
Yep.
Because
Branded hashtags are a thing. I agree.
Yes, exactly. I have one for the academy, and especially like when graduation time comes, I tell all of them to use it, like make it a thing. So when anyone, but keeping in mind when you are coming up with hashtags, and even though we have the apps to help with coming up with the ideas for them, you want to use it from the mind of the client or the prospect. What would they type to find you? Okay, so keep that in mind when you're thinking about hashtagging. But I would also use those hashtags to search your competitors and see what they're doing. What are their styles of content? What's being used?
Oh, that's a good tip.
So that's what you do. And not only that, when you're, and this is for anyone dealing with high end, high ticket, anything high, okay? When people want to do higher ticket business, that means you're going above and beyond with value. High ticket equals high value, right? So you have to make it very exclusive. You want to have like intimate circles. You may even want to make like a VIP members card. And maybe if someone downloaded your ebook, they get the digital copy of their members card, and that code on that members card looks like a credit card, but they get access to discounts to all of your services. They maybe even get exclusive virtual reality walkthroughs of the houses that you have listed. You see what I'm saying? Like make it intimate, make it of high value. Maybe they can even get like a one-on-one call with you. You may even want to focus on investor groups, create an investors group for realtors.
Don't nobody know how to do that. But we like the idea. We like, oh yeah, investment. Yes, count me in.
Listen, I'm a I'm a content creator.
You're like, yes.
You deal with Canva. Canva, of course, is your best friend. Okay. Videos are on Canva. Landing page creation is on Canva. Call to action writing is on Canva. Caption writing is on Canva. So you definitely want to have Canva as one of your, that's my boo. Okay. Me and Canva go together, and they just don't even know it yet. Okay. I use them every day. You can schedule content in Canva. So that's a primary source for when you are creating the message. But because you said high end, those are the things that are going to separate you. So the things that we don't know, what we have to learn. Okay, so we got to research those things. Go on YouTube University. That's our best friend. But make sure you are studying what the competitor is doing. And a lot of times you can even DM them. They don't have to know that you do what they do or want to do what they do. You can say, I admire your content. What did you use to create that? The odds are they might just answer. I'd rather try and find out.
I'm always asking, like,
I will ask in a second. This was dope. How did you do that? Or I've been watching your content, you know, give them a little, because people like to get their little ego stroked, especially if they're high end or luxury. Like, I've been following you. I love what you do. We are in alignment. The content is great. You know, whatever. Like a couple of their things, save a couple of their things, but be intentional. when you reach out to people, be intentional, but try to get the goods on what they're using if you want virtual reality. And of course, Google it. How to make free virtual reality download. You know, we just got to study it. But I definitely feel like you could do it, but people love to feel exclusive. When it is a high-end thing, they want to be able to get free digital downloads. They want to have access to like your mastermind or your group, a private group, you know, the VIP card, make it exclusive. Yeah, you know, you might even want to give them, if they buy like your high ticket option, or if you have a bundle in the future where maybe you write an ebook on how to scout great properties, or whatever you know your PowerPoint, your superpower is, make that into an ebook and use that as like a, you know, dangling carrot. That's your lead magnet. Get them in the building. And going back to that business card, the reason I still love business cards, the printed ones, is because when you go to places like the nail salons and some of those little quick grab stores to eat, and they have the little peg wall with the cards on them, get the email addresses from those cards. The main reason we want those cards is to build a list, because now, hey, who knows if they're going to buy or not, but we tried. And most people that are still in the business card era, their main way of engaging is email, because they're of the older market. Okay, usually they're the older people. So if you know 45 plus is in your target, or 37 and up is in your target, take those cards, get those addresses, build that list, because everything counts. Every email. I am an email, listen. Give me this card, because I'm gonna just put you in my list. You're a prospect now. We go together. So that would be my advice to you, Julia. But stay true to you and connect your knowledge when it comes to, there is a, on Netflix, y'all. If y'all weren't caring about the environment, that's why you really spoke to me regarding what you do, because this documentary blew me away. It is called Eating Your Way to Extinction. Eating Your Way to
You said that's a
Netflix documentary. It is going to blow your mind. Let me write it. Eating Your Way. And I want you to look at that video and maybe even take some vital clips from that, because people also like case studies. They like data. They like to be able to connect the dots and have solid research to back what you're talking about. That documentary blew my mind as to how we are killing ourselves. And it's not even slow anymore. It's at rapid rate. We don't care about those whales and those dolphins. We need to get it together. Like, I couldn't sleep after I watched this documentary, y'all. Eating Your Way to Extinction. But that's my advice to you. And please watch this documentary. I hope that helped.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes. Oh, because, y'all, I didn't know the dolphins and the whales do what they do for the air and cleaning, and like the water is so much trash. And do you know we hardly have any real salmon? For all my salmon eaters, it's hardly any real. They are growing so many fish. Wow. And they are bacteria. I mean, because they're feeding them fake food, because we're running out of land. Like everything. I'm about to go into a whole nother, just shut me down.
Yeah, let's talk about, wow, yeah, watch the documentary. Maybe we can
please
run that back. Yes, I'm watching that one. I'm watching that one. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right, so we got two more. I don't know if Tamika or Mary went. Did they?
I went. Well, what y'all want me to say?
Oh, you went. Okay,
go again.
So did everybody go?
Did everybody get their car? I think they're good.
Everybody go? Okay, everybody's good?
Yeah.
These chillings over here driving me crazy. That's why I'm like, Tamika! Okay.
Close this out, sis.
Right. So, okay, so questions. Okay, so my first question, I would say for someone especially is a baby and bringing her things together. So, see, look, thanks to Tamika.
It's fine.
So bringing her things together. So as Vee knows, my background for Divinity Speaks. So when it comes to like rolling out like different programs, when it comes to the different aspects that I want to teach the girls, like what will be a good way for me as far writing out an outline as to, okay, well, what am I teaching them about this particular part of me? What are they going to learn about this particular part of me? But like I said, Vee, no, she helped me. So, I guess that's what my question, like, where would I start when it comes to outlining? So as far as something I can offer to them when they do ask for what I offer, because that's my stage. Like, well, okay, what am I offering my clients?
I always like to start with a good old call. Like when I'm first, like fresh baby brand, think about the problem you solve and figure out how you can convert that into a call, whether it be a group session call or a one-on-one call, and add the value to that call. I started out at $27 a call, and then I moved up to $37, and then I started doing strategy sessions that are $147. So as you get the testimonials from the calls, that'll help build your social proof. And then you want to take the feedback from those calls, the follow-up email feedback as well from those calls. And you want to see what problems have you solved and what do people want to see from you. And then that way you can make PowerPoint presentations, ebooks, you can make content that all revolves around the feedback of the audience. But a lot of the easiest way for me personally, that was it. Clarity calls, consultation calls, breakthrough sessions, strategy sessions, whatever you want to call it, so that you can get that one-on-one know, like, and trust. Remember that. That's how you get them in, right? To get familiar with you, to understand who you are, besides the content and going live, and then again going on split live and seeing other audiences brought over to you. You may want to do a collaboration. Whatever, if they have the audience, but you have the service, you may want to offer your call to that audience. If they have the service or product and you have the audience, then you do an exchange, So you look at what you lack, and then you go out and you find who has it, and you collaborate in an exchange. And I feel like the main way that you get in with an offer is a call. And make sure you have something that makes you the authority. That's why ebooks and other types of books are so important. Books get you endorsed that nothing else can.
Yep.
So, we went over your list too. I'm sorry, Jeter. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Who's are you providing youth programming, or are you providing something different?
I would say it's more along on the mentorship side. More on the mentorship
for
young women.
For youth or for adults?
Ages 16 to 25.
Oh, 16 to 25. So it's mentorship groups or like one-on-one?
Sorry, may you repeat that? The baby was loud. I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, is it groups or is it one-on-one?
I envision it more group, but it may come to a point where, say, if they do need that one-on-one, because everyone can't get all that certain attention that they need in a group setting. But I envision more on the group side. And one-on-one if needed, if needed basis.
I am extremely experimental in my marketing. So I think because that's a young age group, I think you getting involved like out in the community and doing community programming is going to be excellent. And because there's so many grants and things out here, like somebody just told me today, there's a grant in the city of Philadelphia for youth programming, summer programming, with grants up to $50,000, $100,000 because of the youth violence and gun problem. So thinking about like connecting what you do to like the issues of our cities and like our youth, and then tapping in with like the organizations, the schools, the institutions, the governments, and going in and doing programming, that could be a target audience for you. Whereas it's like, A, do you want to do programming, or do you want to do B, do you want to do community? Because if you do programming, you can specialize in bringing your programming to wherever there's gathered youth. So then you just come in and you just connecting with the people that's there because they need programming. They need practitioners and experts who come in to like be a part and to help their community. Or you could be the person who is building the community and you're bringing in the resources. So I think that's a really great approach, and it's age old and it works. It's efficient, it's effective, and it's what our communities are all familiar with. And then thinking about how you can couple that with like Coach V was saying, with like online virtual community, and like whatever your messaging is going to be, whatever your impact is going to be online. I think I know for sure that's going to be extremely impactful and powerful, and like everybody's going to want to hear about what you're doing, and they're going to want to hear your story, and they're going to want to support.
That's so funny, because Jeter, guess what her end goal is?
What
to
is it?
have a school.
Okay.
Talked about like
schools then.
And so when she was talking, I was like, she's going to be able to find the network by being someone, like she just said, in the schools. You'll get the people you need. I just got a feeling it's going to draw you to the people that's going to teach you how to get your school in the midst of networking.
Yeah, so seamless. That's seamless to do. They're going to be like, yes, can you come tomorrow? Do you have a program for next month?
They do. So Mary, that just killed two birds with one stone. Now you got the, where do you start with your particular offer? And now you know where to take the offer once you got it. Like, so it's set twofold. It's set. I love that. I love that.
Thank you so much to Coach V and to everybody for coming and being a part of our March Mastermind. Please connect with each other. Drop your Instagram handles one more time, and let's follow each other and let's stay connected. Like, we're a community, and it's all about being able to share so that we can grow and level up together. Meet Up to Millions, our mission is to create modern day millionaires, more and more and more women owned businesses and Black owned businesses, like excelling to millions and billions, 6, 7, 8 figures. That's what we want to do here. That's our mission. So if that's something that you rock out with, that's pretty dope. Like, just stay connected and let all of us like continue to network. I want to show you this because these dates are wrong. It should say April 13th through the 15th. But anyway, I want everybody to get an idea of what the mastermind is in person. And then we could all say good night. So thank you.
That's in abundance. The cool version of dungeon. Still come through in the clutch. From that time in the dust, pulling up clean to the function. You can mislead with assumptions. Gotta stay clean from the grudges. Niggas getting way too comfy. Hands up, the king is here. My arrival is right on time. And if you do not mind, I like a glass of single wine with the queen finna get offline. Wait, scratch that. I'm flying like the jet lag. I'm proving the fact you can rise from the setback. No room for the chit chat. With a flow like this, shit hit with an impact. How you do it? I don't get that. Your father, artist, and a good dad. Real nigga to the core, and I meant that. It's been told when I'm on whooping that. Sorry, I done made peace with the pod. Spending my days in the silence. I can hear voice. I can hear the voice of the goddess. And you gotta watch it around. It's a sex show.
Thanks, everybody. Nice to meet you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everybody.